Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to your daily update here on Ethereum. We're going to do a full update. We'll talk about ETF inflows. Yesterday, we had some massive ETF inflows again after a while for Ethereum. We'll talk about what to expect in general. Can we actually see an Ethereum season again fundamentally? And just everything you need to know so you're actually prepared about what's going to happen with Ethereum. So in general, the price action over the course of the last 24 hours, not only for Ethereum, but specifically for Ethereum as well, has been great. We actually were able yesterday to hold this level right here between the 7-day rolling VWAP and 4080, which, as you can see, was a bit of a respected intraday support level, or key level, I should say. So we were able to hold that and get continuation into the next price target. And with that, also the most important price target between 4300 and 4240. If you zoom out a little bit, you can see why that's so relevant. You can see it's a very liquidity intensive level. So we have the previous month POC and the monthly POC there. So that matters a lot. We have the 12-hour downtrend there. We have the daily downtrend at the bottom of that level, so towards 4220, and a 30-day rolling VWAP. So if we want to see a bullish Ethereum on the higher time frames, right? Because on the lower time frames right now, we're actually looking quite solid, right? Ethereum actually looks quite good. We were able to, with like every imbalance that we left, we were able to hold and actually gain some new momentum from there. And yesterday morning, or yesterday afternoon, I should say, after the US session started, we actually got some nice bullish momentum. We've seen higher momentum over the course of September, but it's not bad. It's a good start. But the big question is, well, can we break above 4300 and 4240? So let me quickly highlight that area on the chart right here. And I think that is the real question. And that's also the key thing that I wanted to talk about. Now, yesterday, we did get some positive news in the sense that, or with the fact that we actually had some good inflows again, right? So if you take a look at this chart here on Ethereum, you can see we had the highest inflows yesterday, I think since, like daily, since August. And obviously, we know what happened in August. I mean, in August, Ethereum still performed quite well, especially during the middle and the start of August. Ethereum rallied a lot. So the big question is well, can that be the start of something like that again? It can be, all right? I mean, we should not ignore inflows like this. And some of those Ethereum treasury companies, such as Bitmine, also still have a ton of cash that they can put into buying Ethereum. And fundamentally, and I told you that yesterday as well, look, I'm on the short term, I'm still relatively bearish on Ethereum. I'm quite skeptical about where we can go on the short term, but on the long term, I'm still bullish. And you should definitely not ignore that possibility. So, but then what I wanted to look at as well, lastly here, before we get to what I expect, is ETH BTC, and ETH BTC is still bearish, right? So we don't yet, or at least on the daily time frame, we've lost the uptrend. So we don't yet see that outperformance from Bitcoin, from Ethereum against Bitcoin, and that is something that's kind of the last piece of the puzzle that I do think we need to find, and we need to fit into the puzzle before we can actually expect Ethereum to rally again. So for now, I would argue that this resistance level between 4300 and 4240, maybe we can still rally into 4300. That's a possibility, but I do think that the general resistance around that is going to be too strong for Ethereum right now, and that we will pull back. And that from that pullback, if we can actually get some outperformance, if we can actually get some good news and momentum in Ethereum, maybe then we can break out. But I would say a rejection and stability lower for now is most likely. So those are my thoughts. That's sort of thing you need to know for now. So thank you for watching, everybody. Take care and bye.